Hello, I'm the Grandmaster Salgado, making this video for ChessCastle. What I'm gonna show you in this video, I will show you how to fight against the Fajarowicz Gambit and the Budapest Gambit. Let's have a look to the moves. After d4, knight f6, c4, e5, we take the pawn, of course, and now black has two options. Let's start with knight d4. This starts the Fajarowicz Gambit. What's black idea? After knight d4, for example, if white plays a move like queen c2, attacking the knight, black will develop his pieces very fast. We'll start with bishop b4, and after bishop d2, knight d2, knight d2, knight c6, knight f3 defending the pawn on e5, queen e7, black practically equalized the game because we'll take back the pawn on e5 and the position is completely balanced, nothing to play for. So white should be really careful. What's white's idea in this position? We should attack the knight on e4, but first of all, we should avoid the bishop coming to b4. So our first move is very clear. We should fight this bishop b4 with a3. So looks like we are losing a tempo, but if we can attack the knight in the next move, this is not a problem. Let's have a look to different moves. What happens, for example, if black plays bishop c5? Black wants to take on f2, but we will simply play e3, and next move we will play queen c2 attacking the knight. And actually, at some point we can even play b4, and after bishop b6, c5, trapping the bishop. So actually, bishop c5 is not really a smart move. Another option for black here is to play the move b6, with the idea to play bishop b7 and maybe bishop c5, castle, just develop all the pieces, but just not to commit the position of the bishop from f8 too fast. And here, first we develop the knight to f3, and after bishop b7, we use the move g3. What's the idea? Our bishop on g2 will be protected when we castle, and the bishop on g2 and bishop on b7, will not be protected. And this will give us the opportunity to play some knight fd2 at some point, and we can even get a piece if we make it in the right way. Moreover, it's not so easy to move with black after this. So some moves, for example, if knight c6, we will play bishop g2 with the idea castle and queen c2 at some point. Black cannot attack anything. I was checking some moves. For example, computer move in theory is f5, which looks very strange to me, but actually it's very difficult to play already. After e takes f6, queen f6, knight b2, we are pawn up, and the position is much better. Nothing to be worried about. So after g3, if bishop c5, we play e3. We should not be worried that the pawns are on e3 and on g3 they look a bit ugly, because we will play bishop g2 and we won't have any problem. For example, after castle, bishop g2, d6, now we have the strong move b4, trapping the bishop and winning the game. So this is easy. Another possibility for black is to play knight c6, knight c6 here, and we will play knight f3 anyway, and after bishop c5, e3, and the same. The problem of the knight continues. We want to play or queen c2 or even queen d5, depending on what black's play. So the main line, in my opinion, is d6, because now we should be really careful. We should not take immediately on d6, because if we do this, after bishop d6, and for example, one more careless move like knight f3, suddenly we are losing after knight f2. The point is that after king f2, black has the move bishop g3. And after g3, queen d1, we are losing the queen. So we should be careful. The point of a3 in this position is that now we can play queen c2. This is the key. Now, if black loses a tempo, like knight c5, we will simply take, and then knight c3, we will develop knight f3, and we won't have any problem. So the only way to keep with the initiative for black is to play bishop f5. But now we have another important move, that is knight c3. Again, now if you think a bit about the variations I've just showed you, everything is connected with knight on e4. We should put pressure on the knight on e4. If we do that in the right way, we will get a much better position. So here, knight c3, and the only way for black is to play knight f2 or knight g3. Because if, for example, knight c3, queen f5, we will have pair of bishops, and the position is much better. So let's go on, with queen c2. Now, bishop f5, and now the move that is coming is knight c3, of course, and knight g3. It's one of the possibilities. Here I will play e4, and after knight h1, it takes f5. And okay, we are exchanged down for now, but this is not a problem, because the knight on h1 is trapped, and we'll take it in the future with big advantage. The same happens after knight f2. We'll take on f5, and after knight h1, simply g3, with the idea bishop g2 taking the bishop on h1, and we are winning. So, looks very simple. Yes, and it's really simple. In reality, the Fajarowicz Gambit, if you know this accurate move a3 with the idea to play later queen c2, everything is done. You don't have to know anything else. I think with this you already will win 1 or 2 games against one of your friends in some club tournament or just a blitz game with some friend. So now we get into the real job, the really difficult thing, and it's the Budapest Gambit. Nowadays, it's not so much play in between the best grandmasters in the world, but we still have some games from Mamediar, for example. He's using it with black, and with quite decent results, even if he's playing against a strong opposition. So, why black is having from time to time good results? Okay, first, there are some books about the Budapest Gambit with some interesting analysis, but actually the main reason is that white doesn't know how to get advantage. Because normally only black players are focused into studying this kind of position. But this comes to an end today, because maybe for first time we will analyze it very deeply, and we will understand how to get a big advantage against the Budapest Gambit. First of all, I would like to show you a bit about the main lines which are considered. For example, bishop f4 is considered one of the main lines, and the main lines go like knight c6, knight f3, bishop b4, knight c3, bishop takes, b takes, queen e7, and now white plays queen d5. There is a lot of theory about this, and the position is unclear, completely unclear. White is pawn up, but after the move f6, black gets a lot of compensation, and it's not really clear what's going on. So actually I don't want to enter in this kind of lines. Another possibility, for example, like Alekhine used to play, is e4, but after knight e4, f4, knight e6, our pawn structure looks very strong, but it's a bit overextended, and black can attack it in the future. So I don't like so much this kind of playing. What I'm gonna show you now is a clear positional way of playing. First, starting with e3. Looks like, okay, this move cannot be so strong, but it has a point. First of all, black is forced to move the knight again, losing another tempo. What happens if, for example, black plays bishop b4? We'll play bishop d2. But first, I want to show you something else before I show you this line. There is one very strong guy in chess history who played like this against Budapest Gambit, Garry Kasparov. When I saw that Garry Kasparov has one game with this variation, I thought, okay, this should be the line, because he was even extremely well prepared against some sidelines. So first of all, let's have a look to this game. Like this, we will understand everything very easily afterwards. So, knight e5, Kasparov played knight c3 here. I don't consider this to be a very good move, because after d6, f4, knight d7, now black has a perfect development with g6, knight c6, bishop g7, castle, rook e8, and knight c5. all the pieces are coming into the game very easily, and I doubt that white has some advantage. Probably Kasparov missed up the move order because it was clear that he understood the ideas perfectly. In his game after knight c3, black played knight c6, and now Kasparov played a3. Maybe it's not the best move, but it makes sense. The black played bishop e7, and now let's have a look to Kasparov's setup. He played f4, knight g6, and now bishop d3 is a strong move too. This kind of move we will see after a bit later in the video. But g3, I like this setup very much, and I want to stop here for a second. We will place our bishop on g7 in g2. We will take control on the d5 square. And now, if we think about the center, about the square d5, e5, d4, and e4, everything is under our control. We have the control, so we should be much better if we control all the important squares in the center. Because of that, I like my pawn on e3 and not on e4, because like this, the d4 square is much better under control for us. So, for example, after d6, bishop g2, bishop e7, e6, the game was like this. And Kasparov played knight d5, queen d7, b4, bishop g4, queen d3, castle. And now, for example, if Kasparov played bishop b2, the harmony in white's position is simply amazing. All the pieces are playing, black cannot play at all. We can consider this position the dream, what we will be looking for if we can. Just full control of the center. So, this is our idea, but first of all, we should have a look to other moves. For example, bishop b4. Here. Knight e5 is the most common move, but for example, my computer is giving bishop b4, but when you are checking the lines a bit more deeply, understand that it's not good either. After bishop b4, both knight d2 and bishop d2 are good. I analyzed both, but actually I think bishop d2 is much easier to play, and I want to show you how. Bishop d2, bishop takes, queen takes, knight e5, and now we play f4 again. Very important, we play f4 before black plays d6, because if not, this knight on e5 will go to d7 and afterwards to c5, getting a good game. But now we play f4, we force the knight going to c6, and like this, these knights are not so well coordinated. For example, if the other knight goes to a6, sometimes I will be able to play a6 before. And now, here I have several moves, but I love Kasparov way, how to play. Simply, we play g3. I don't know if this is the best move. Knight c3 is good, knight 2, but I simply like this easy plan. For example, castle, bishop g2, rook e8, knight c3, d6, knight e2. And again, we get the control of the center, we will play castle, probably the rook from a1 to d1, and at some point our pawns will start rolling with e4, and we have the control of the d5 square. The position is much better for white, and very, very easy to play. This is the most important. This, I like it very much. So, after bishop d4, we simply play bishop d2. I analyzed a bit h5, because I saw one funny game instead of e3 after e4, h5. Reti used to play like 100 years ago. But here it doesn't make so much sense, because we will play f4, and we would defend the pawn on e5. And after bishop c5, now we see why the pawn is on e3. There are no ideas on the f2 square. We simply play queen f3, we defend the pawn on e3, then we want to play knight c3, bishop d2, castle queenside, or h3 at some point. Our position is much better. So we go for the main line with knight e5. And now, again, f4. Extremely important to play f4 at this moment. Why? Because of d6, knight d7, if we don't make it immediately, like in Kasparov game. I just want you to remember this point, because of that I repeat it. So after f4, there are several moves. Actually, knight g6 can be considered the main move, because it forces us to play a bit more concrete than what I would like. But chess is like that. Sometimes we should play sharp.